My name is Alison Wimberely, and this is my story. I grew up in a family that went to church on Christmas and Easter, and that was about it. And I was an average kid. I was average in sports. Actually, I was really bad in sports. I don't know why I said average. I was average in academics. I went unnoticed by many people. And so by the time I got to 7th and 8th grade, I really started to look for acceptance in other things, in worldly things, in people. And that pretty much was my trajectory through high school. And the week before I left for I left for college, I found out my parents were getting divorced. And through that brokenness, God started to put people in our path that pointed us to Him. And even though at that point we weren't sure what was going on, looking back now, it's amazing to see how God did that. My brother became a Christian through an organization called Young Life, and he had a Young Life leader who walked him through our parents' divorce. And then that started a chain reaction of my family where the rest of us were able to experience the grace of God, and we became Christians through that. And so God used my parents' divorce to draw us to Him. And then after that, after I finished college, eventually, I was able to land a teaching job without a teaching certificate at Creekview High School. And I do not know how that happened, but it's a cool story. And the amazing thing is that I became a Young Life leader in those years that I taught at Creekview. We have had the privilege of walking through life with hundreds of teenagers in Carrollton, and it has been a gift to see how God has used our brokenness and our hurts and our searching for acceptance to be able to minister to these kids, and to know that they're not alone and they are loved by a Jesus who will meet them wherever they are. And our hope is that this will continue on. And the cool thing is we've gotten to see some of our Young Life kids from years ago become Young Life leaders themselves. And it's amazing how God has used them to pour into the lives of people like my kids. And this is just a legacy that we are grateful to be a part of. There are 17,000 kids in Carrollton that need to hear the gospel. And some of them may have already, and most of them haven't. And Young Life and Wildlife is an amazing ministry that helps them understand the gospel in a way that they understand. And so it is a privilege to be a part of it. That is my story, and now my life is fixed on Jesus.